Looking for more exclusive Canadian recruiting content? Become a CFC Insider Gold, Silver, or Platinum member today for exclusive access to rankings, analysis, and news from across the country.
Pay attention, because the players you'll see on this football field will next be starring in U Sports, the NCAA, and maybe, hopefully, the CFL.
Welcome to the CFC Prospect Game Roundup, featuring interviews with the top prospects who had the chance to play on TSN in front of a national audience. We're here today with CFC100 linebacker Dante Bowen out of David Suzuki Secondary School in Ontario after recently transferring from Mayfield Secondary School. How are things going today, Dante?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing excellent, thank you. Before we get into the CFC Prospect Game, tell me a little bit how your season went last year at Mayfield Secondary School.
So our season, we made it to the first round of playoffs and ended up losing in that round. But I learned a lot from that season. I took a lot of things with me. We worked hard. Although it wasn't the result we wanted, we still had a lot of fun, and looking forward to my season next year.
What were some of your favorite memories from the CFC Prospect Game on TSN?
Yeah, so some of my favorite memories of the Prospect Game on TSN were the ability that I got to practice and play against some of the top guys in Canada. So there's not very many times where you get that opportunity. So to be able to play with guys that push your compete level a lot higher than usual, and to work with them and play against them, that was some of the best memories I've had.
Was there anything specific you learned from the coaches or one of your teammates during the process, whether it was on the field or just life in general?
Yeah, so one of the main things that I remember I was on Coach Dunnigan's team, so one of the main things I remember him saying is to focus on the next play. So no matter what happens in the play before, whether good or bad, not to let that sway your emotions for the play that's coming up, but to focus on that play solely. And it's like you've hit a reset button, and from that point on, you're focusing on the play after that.
Good advice indeed. What was it like working with CFL legend head coaches Matt Dunnigan and Henry Burris? And what was it like getting the chance to see the newly modeled Grey Cup?
Yeah, so to be able to work with those coaches that have played at that level and performed and done great things at that level, it's really like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You get to stand by the coaches and kind of learn from them and pick their brain on certain types of schemes and ways that you can play the game. Both of them being on offense, you get to learn a lot about what the quarterbacks look for in a defensive set and ways that you could challenge the ball and play better. To be able to see the Grey Cup was a real amazing experience, as I've never seen it at that close, and to be able to see the names inscribed on it, to be able to just be in that same atmosphere and know that in a couple years that might be you that's able to play for a championship like that is just really special.
After having a chance to watch the broadcast, what was the best thing about playing on TSN, and how did your family react?
I think just to be able to play on TSN is special alone, as very little people get that opportunity. So to be able to play and perform and to be able to see yourself on TV, I think was really special. And to be able to watch it with my family and friends and for them to see it, it was really heartwarming to see.
Was there one family member in particular that might have had the biggest reaction?
I think my dad. He actually attended it in person, but when he saw it on TV and saw me make a couple big plays, he got excited as if it was an actual game. So that was pretty cool to see.
That is very cool for sure. If one of your friends had a chance at participating in this or any other CFC Prospect Game or other Canada Football Chat events, what would you tell them about your experience?
So I just tell them that when you're experiencing a CFC prospect, whether that be a game or a practice or a scrimmage or a tryout, that you just got to be ready to bring your A game, because you're playing against some of the top guys. So you got to be ready to perform, and you can't quit, and you got to be ready to give it your all. And that it's a lot of fun. Like, you're going to have a lot of fun, whether you're just performing in the tryout or playing in the game on TV. Like, you're going to have a lot of fun either way. And when you're working hard with some of the other top guys in Canada that are playing, it's really special.
You're making me want to play in a CFC Prospect Game, but I'm way too old. All right, listen, Dante, thank you so much for joining us today. Best of luck with the rest of the offseason.
Thank you.
That's Dante Bowen. He's a CFC 100 linebacker, and he attends David Suzuki Secondary School in Ontario. Make sure you head over to CanadaFootballChat.com to listen to the rest of the CFC Prospect Game podcasts and catch up with the latest recruiting news, rankings, and analysis.